So the amount spent on all the equipment and supplies was 41,000. Yo, what's up everyone? Welcome back to a brand new video. Hope everyone's having an amazing day today. Today's video is gonna be a little bit different. You guys know I don't normally make sit-down videos like this, but basically 6 months ago I posted a video on YouTube showing you guys exactly how much I made from YouTube in 2019. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out. For those of you that don't want to go and watch that video, basically I made about 122,108 with 62 cents in 2019 from YouTube alone. My revenue for 2019 was $122,108. And right after I posted that video, I got a ton of comments and DMs of people asking me, how much did I pay for taxes? How much did I spend on vending machines? Basically, people want to know exactly what happened to every single dollar bill that I made in 2019. And yes, I did say every single dollar bill just because every single dollar bill was actually spent.
Bro, dude, what the You're pissing me off here, man.
Like, trust me, I didn't go out and buy, I did buy myself a new truck, which sadly we got into a wreck 3 weeks after we bought it. But it's not like I went out and bought like a really nice car, a big house, a whole bunch of like nice clothes. Like, I really didn't. I put everything, or mostly everything, back into my business. So today I'm gonna show you guys exactly what I spent my money on, how much I paid for taxes, how much I spent on vending machines, on product, bills, rent, everything in 2019. So real quick, make sure you guys drop a like on the video, subscribe if you haven't already. Our goal is to hit 500,000 by the end of the year, and we're pretty close. We got a few months left. We're pretty close. So make sure you guys subscribe. But with that being said, let's go ahead and start the video. So before we get started and I show you guys exactly what I spent every single dollar that I made, I feel like I should be saying this for some reason, but remember guys, obviously I am not an accountant, I'm not a lawyer, a CPA. So if for some reason I say something wrong about taxes and you guys go out and do the wrong thing, do not come back after me and try to sue me, because like I said. But with that being said, for those of you that don't know, there is something called the tax bracket, which basically shows you how much money you should be paying depending on how much money you make. So of course, the more money you make, technically, the more money you should be paying. But going back to my example, like I said, in 2019, we did make about $122,000. So if we take a look at the chart, I do fall under the 24% tax bracket since, it is between 84 and 160,000. And if you do the math, 24% of 122,000 is about $30,000, and that's, technically what I should be paying for taxes. But before you guys freak out and tell me, Jaime, that's a lot of money to pay, just for taxes. That's literally a brand new car, a down payment for a house. But for those of you that don't know, whenever you do have a business, you do have deductions and write-offs, and that basically means everything that you buy for the business or it helps you run the business, it's deductible. I can actually write off every single thing inside of this office just because everything is for the business. I use the computer to edit videos, I use the microphone and camera to make videos. Even a portion of the rent and the bills is also deductible since, of course, I do work from home and I make videos at home.
Will you look at those morons? I paid my taxes over a year ago.
That was last year's taxes. You have to pay again this year.
No.
So with that being said, the first group is going to be office supplies, and I spent around $3,669 on office supplies. This is actually all the tiny things I have in my office. It doesn't really include like my equipment like the camera or my computer. And this basically includes all the non-electronic stuff that we have. For example, the desk, the chair, all the SD cards, USB cables, markers, the printer, the ink. Also, I will say this, you can't really write off everything. For example, if I go out and buy a PS4 and I bring it inside of this room, that doesn't really mean I can write it off. Because if you think about it, if I hook up the PS4 to my computer and I'm just sitting here playing video games, that's not really a business expense, or it's not really for like my business. So that doesn't really mean I can write off the PS4. I guess it could be different if, let's say, somebody has a barbershop and they bought a PS4 for the barbershop so customers can play while they wait. Then I guess in that case, they could technically write it off. But if I had one here and I used it like just for fun, then like I said, I can't really write that off.
Okay, I need some deductions. Oh, business gifts! Here you go, keep using nuclear power.
So now moving on into the next group is going to be bills, and this includes the electric bills, the phone payments, the Wi-Fi, pretty much all the bills that we have to pay every single month. So the total for bills was $3,664 for the entire year, and this actually doesn't include like the actual rent that we paid for the apartment. Also, I do want to mention that not every single deduction is 100% deductible. You know, for example, meals, I believe you can only deduct 50% of it. So let's say in 2019 I spent $2,000 on meals, you know, 50% is $1,000, and that's pretty much what I can deduct. So it's actually the exact same way with the bills. You can't write off 100% of the phone payment or like the electric bill. I'm not really sure what the percentage is for the bills, but like I said, the total amount was $3,664. Anyways, moving on to the next group is going to be advertisements or online software that I use to run my business. For example, Adobe Premiere, which I use to edit my videos, Photoshop to make my thumbnails, or even the music I pay for to put in the background of my videos. It's 100% deductible since it is all for YouTube. But the total for this was about $2,094, which actually sounds a lot just for advertisements or software. But this includes all the ads I ever put for like YouTube or like my vending machine business, or like times that I've hired people to make me a logo. Anyways, moving on to travel expenses, we spent around $3,347 on travel expenses, and this includes Ubers, Airbnbs, you know, meals, plane tickets. I'm actually surprised it wasn't a lot more, just because this also includes the plane tickets and the meals for my girlfriend, since obviously we did travel together. And we did go to a bunch of places. We went to California like twice, we went to Michigan like 3 times, Austin, Florida. And also that's why it's very important to write down every single tiny thing that you buy for your business. That's why I do try to use my credit card for all the stuff I buy for like YouTube or vending. That way, if I don't have the receipts no more, I can just, you know, pull up my statement and I have all the stuff that I bought, you know, for the business. Anyways, moving on to the next group is going to be rent. And if you guys didn't know, I did move into my own place around May of 2019. So that means that for the whole year, I only had about 8 months to pay for rent. But the grand total for the rent paid was about $8,000 for the whole year. So $8,000 for about 8 months worth of rent isn't really that bad, you know, because I do live in Texas. We did have a 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartment, and it was pretty good for $1,000 a month. Because if you think about it, in California, a 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartment will be anywhere from like $25,000 to like at least $3,000. But again, like I said earlier in the video, for rents, you can't really write off the entire thing. I'm pretty sure it's by square feet, not by percentage. Again, I don't know the exact number. So moving on, the next group is going to be the vehicle expenses, and this one is kind of complicated just because if you guys didn't know, we did buy a brand new truck in November of 2019, but 3 weeks after we bought it, we actually got into an accident. But the worst part is that the truck is actually pretty messed up and they considered it to be totaled, so all the money we paid for the down payment is gone. And for those of you wondering how much we paid for the down payment, it was $17,000. $17,000 for the down payment of a truck that we crashed 3 weeks after we got it. Also, I didn't know this, but apparently you can only either write off the vehicle payments or the miles that you drive on that vehicle. Which we actually had a bunch of miles, since you guys know we do drive a lot to run our vending machine business. I believe the total amount for like the miles was around $9,000 or $10,000. But like I said, you can only pick one, so we did pick the highest one, of course, which was the truck payments of $17,000. Anyways, moving on to the next group. This one is going to be the biggest one, like the biggest group so far, and it's going to be a lot of money. So this next one is all the equipment that I bought for vending and YouTube. So this includes all the vending machines that I bought, you know, the cameras, all the microphones, the computer parts, all the credit card readers, all the parts for like the vending machines, literally every single part or like equipment that I use for like my business. And I actually had to write this one down because I couldn't remember it, but the grand total for this one is going to be $41,593 with 90 cents. And I'm pretty sure you guys are wondering, Jaime, what could you possibly buy for equipment that's $41,000? The majority of it was actually all the vending machines that we bought. You guys know we did buy a bunch of vending machines in 2019. And if you didn't know, vending machines are very, very expensive. Especially the ones I buy, just because I pretty much only buy newer machines. That way they can last me for a long time. For example, the soda machine that I always buy, which you guys can see right here on the picture. This machine alone is $3,500 just for one machine. So moving on to the final group, this one is basically the random and miscellaneous stuff that we bought. The total for this was $4,335, and it basically includes like the insurance, the storage unit that you guys have seen in videos, and also all the video supplies or like items that we have to buy just for videos. A good example is the vending machine safe that we gave away last year. If you guys don't know, we did give away like an actual vending machine safe, and that was one of the most expensive videos I've made so far, just because we had to buy the vending machine, we had to buy all the supplies to turn the machine into a safe, and then of course we had to ship the machine to the winner, which was around like 450 bucks. Even though it was a lot of money to make that video, it was definitely worth it, just because, you know, I love giving back to you guys, and also the winner was very excited whenever he got the machine. You know what, I haven't done a giveaway this year, so if this video gets to 5,000 likes, I'll give away something big again. Who knows, it could be another vending machine, so make sure you guys drop a like on this video. But with that being said, finally the moment you guys have been waiting for. How much did I actually spend on taxes and how much my deductions were? So after every single business expense, every vending machine, every microphone, every camera, and everything that I bought for the business, the grand total comes out to $64,022. That is the grand total for the business expenses that I bought for 2019. So now we take the total income, which was $122,000, and we subtract the business expenses, which came out to $64,022. And you end up with $58,086.62. That's basically what my taxable income is gonna come out to. So now if we go back to the tax bracket, you guys can see that $58,000 is in between the 22% tax rate. So instead of paying 24% of $122,000, I now only have to pay 22% of $58,000. So in the end, for taxes, I have to pay around $14,084.84. So yes, that's still a lot of money, but if you think about it, coming from the $30,000 I was supposed to pay, $14,000 is really not that much. But anyways, there you guys go. That's exactly how much my deductions were, and that's how much money I spent on taxes for 2019. Of course, if I would have bought a bunch more machines or like more cameras or equipment, I could have made my taxes go a lot more down, and I could have paid a lot less taxes. And that's actually the reason why you guys see a bunch of like rich people go out and buy like a yacht, a private plane, or like all these expensive stuff for their business, which actually makes sense because either you buy stuff for yourself or you use that extra money and give it to the IRS. But again, if you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and if for some reason I missed something in this video, let me know down below. Like I said, this video was a little bit different. I don't normally like making sit down videos because I feel like they're kind of boring, but I did have a bunch of people that wanted to see how I spent my money on in 2019. But with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video, and peace out.